After seeing Rob and Rose's creation, it got me thinking that you can create a small space for the kids in just about any nook and cranny. So today, just like Rob and Rose, I've got a space under the stairs to work with, and it just so happens to belong to this young chap named Seth. How are you?
Good.
Now, little birdie tells me that you love your computer games, is that right?
Yep.
What do you like?
I like to play Skyrim, Spore, SteamWorld, Dig, and sometimes Knack on my dad's PlayStation.
Wow, is that all? Do you get any homework in there at all?
Yes. Sadly.
Well, your mum tells me that we can play with this little area here. So how about I combine both? Something fun and something to do with homework, yeah?
Okay.
All right, well, you head off to school. Don't forget, bring home some homework. Oh, I'm sorry, it's got to be done. And then when you come home with all that homework, I might have a surprise for you.
Bye.
See you later. Good job, I'm short. Well, it's certainly not a big area, but it's all we need to create an open plan study come play space for Seth. We'll build a desk across, plenty of storage. That way he can get downstairs with his computer, so when he's online, he can be in the main living area, so Mum and Dad can keep an eye on him when he's on his gadgets. A simple batten system just around the wall, side and back, will hold the weight of the desk. Now, I know it looks quite low, but a standard desk height is between 700 and 800. I've made this 750. I'm figuring Seth's going to be pretty tall, so it needs a little bit more height. This is nice and secure. It's going to be a great little desk. Just going to keep things simple and go for white in here. It's just going to brighten up the whole space. Now, the best tip if you are painting brickwork, make sure you use a long nap roller. Plenty of paint on it and really push it right into the mortar. Kind of have to use your muscles, all be worth it in the end. Flooring in a kid's zone needs to be practical for obvious reasons, but also if it's going to be a study area, it needs to be nice and smooth so a chair can glide easily over it. Now, by cutting the carpet all the way back to this section, it really defines this space and makes it feel more like a room. Joy of working in awkward little spaces. Okay, now will it fit? Do you like my fancy manoeuvre? Now, here's a little trick often used for bench tops. If you get a strip of the same material and just fix it in underneath, just so that it's parallel with the front, it actually makes it look like it's much thicker, and by the time that's all painted, you'll never know. It saves you cost, and it actually looks far more substantial. They often do it with marble and for stone. Looks great with the MDF. With the desk in, it just needs to be sealed with a coat of paint. And while we're at it, we'll freshen up the surrounding area and replace the blue with a nice crisp white. With all of this white paint everywhere, it's nice to give these edges just a little bit of contrast and definition with matte black. Looks really smart. When you're fitting out underneath stairs, because of the awkward angles, you're just not going to be able to find a set of cupboards or shelves to suit. So if you're handy with power tools, you can knock up your own. So what I've done here is just made a whole series of boxes in all shapes and sizes and painted them white. They'll just tuck into the background. And for a real feature on the desk, for Seth, I'm just making him just a little custom bookcase for all of his bits and pieces. Now, I'm working with 30mm ply. This is such a good look. You can just varnish it at the end. It doesn't need to be painted. It's so nice. So just glue it and screw it all together, and this will sit neatly on the desk. If you're building a built-in desk like this, it's a really good idea to drill a hole into the top somewhere at the back so you can tuck your leads down neatly. That way you won't have them kind of wrapping around the front. This is a kid's space, so obviously it has to be fun, but it's also part of the main living area, so make sure you choose things that coordinate well with the rest of the space. So having this black as the accent, we've picked that up with some storage tubs down here that keeps the clutter at bay, and blue is our main feature colour. If we carry that throughout, this will look good and look fun. You excited?
Yep.
Can you wait to see? How was school? Was it good?
Yep.
How was all that homework? Did you hand it in?
Couldn't find it.
Couldn't find it. Oh, you're a rat bag. Open your eyes.
Whoa!
Whoa!
This is awesome. I cannot believe it. This is so cool.
It's very cool, isn't it? It's all yours.
Yay. Thank you.
Oh, you're so cute.